honest with you. When your invitation came, I nearly threw it out.
9 people chosen under bizarre circumstances.
Voila.
For a healing retreat.
Masha.
Feels like a setup.
Did you bring me here for my money?
Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. In today's video, I will be talking about 9 Perfect Strangers Season 2. I've never thought this show would get a Season 2. I watched the first season and I love it. But this new season is a new story created by David E. Kelley and John Henry Butterworth that has not been adapted by any book. So this is going to be really interesting. So Masha is back causing chaos as usual, and this time she is at a new Alpine retreat that her friend wants her to be part of. It's a new setting with different characters that have their own issues to resolve. Now, if you were to go on a retreat, where would you choose to go? Now, personally, I'll pick somewhere during the summer. I am not a fan of being secluded in one big house with a bunch of people, especially in the wintertime. In episode 1, we're introduced to the new characters, but we don't know much about them yet, other than their emotional states and what seems to be triggering them. Meanwhile, Masha is behind the scenes, watching their reactions from her computer. The reason she chose these particular guests, especially the mysterious one, is tied to her friend Lena, who owns the retreat. Lena inherited from her grandfather but is now bankrupt, and they desperately need the money. While Masha appears to have full control of the retreat, Lucas, the retreat's pharmacologist, has put some restrictions in place. And when I tell you he was not playing the way he laid down those rules, because he knows everything about her. And everyone is well aware of Masha's history, especially the events of the last retreat. And when Lucas was like, we're not going to do what you did last time, how you was locking folks up in that room. But these people are not the only one with some issues. Masha still sees her daughter and she can't let go of the past. Now, I really thought Masha was about to kick off the retreat, since everyone was already mingling and drinking and getting to know each other. But then she walks in and asks Henry where his father is, and he has no clue. And Masha responds was like, oh well, we're gonna start this session tomorrow. Clearly she wants one particular person to be present before anything begins. Now Masha likes to be perfect, okay? She like everyone that's in the retreat together and everyone participating. And also I feel like she's all about her money too, regarding this whole situation with this bankruptcy. Now apparently the missing guest is a billionaire, but Lena doesn't want him at the retreat. Of course, we're not given an explanation to why, at least not yet. The story I'm most interested in is Agnes. Now, she is a well-known former nun and was once deeply devoted to the church, but has since left and now feels spiritually unmoored. She's clearly uncomfortable when others treated her with admiration, likely because of the unresolved trauma from her time working with the church. When Masha sees her, she's visibly happy and even delighted, expressing how much she admires Agnes' work. I think I even noticed Agnes' photo hanging in the retreat home, which makes me wonder if there's more history between them than we know so far. To be honest, I wasn't completely drawn into the first episode. It felt a little bit dry and slow to build the momentum. While it introduced us to the retreat setting and handful of new characters, there wasn't much depth or backstory offered right away. I get it, it's only the first episode. What do you expect? I expected a little bit more because it was a little bit boring, and which made it hard to connect with them regarding the episode. It seemed like the show was more focused on the mood and atmosphere than the plot at this point. Visually, the show is clearly leaning into very specific aesthetics, and I feel like we're going to be seeing that throughout the entire season. The color palette is muted, a lot of grays, whites, blacks, and soft browns, which gives the whole environment a cold, almost sterile vibe. It fits the tone of a psychological retreat, but it also adds to the emotional distance feeling of the episode. The wardrobe choices mirror this too. Characters are dressed in neutral, understated tones that may reflect their internal struggles or the show's broader themes of emotional suppression and healing. As for the retreat itself, it's an interesting mix of old and new. Some rooms feel rustic as if it's untouched, and then while others are updated with sleek and modern touches, almost if the place was trying to rebrand itself but can't fully escape its past. That could be a symbolic of the guests themselves, who seem to be stuck between who they were and who they're trying to become. Overall, while I appreciate the slow burn approach and the attempt to establish the tone and tension, I'm hoping the next episode give us more character development and moves the story forward in a more engaging way. Now, the setting and tone of this episode does remind me of the show called A Murder at the End of the World. I will continue to watch it and see how this pans out. Now, this is going to be the first time that I ever witnessed where a TV show get a second season, but this time is not adapted to the book, because the book itself was adapted to the first season, which I enjoyed. So I wonder what made them say, hey, let's do a season 2. But I kind of understand why, because they want this whole focus on Masha, about her healing, her journey, her past, what she's been through, and so forth. But I feel like I thought everything was kind of handled in season 1. So I'm going to stick around. I'm going to continue to watch the show and give y'all my opinions about this, okay? And so if you enjoy TV series reviews and movie reviews, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. There are tons of horror, thriller, and sci-fi to check out. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, see you later.